Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Brett Favre alert. I repeat, we have a Brett Favre alert. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of John Ammo's Archives, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now, today, I've been getting a lot of emails and comments asking me about the Brett Favre situation, so I wanted to briefly touch on that. I also wanted to touch base on the Super Bowl. And lastly, the third thing we'll talk about in this video today is number 81 wide receiver Arizona Cardinals, Anquan Boldin. That's right, the Anquan Boldin rumors are starting up again. And I can't wait because I've been ready to fire up that 81 Anquan Boldin jersey I got 2 years ago for no reason. I've been waiting to throw it on. This would be the perfect year. So, first and foremost, Brett Favre. Now, I got to throw this out there. Reminder, in case you all needed a reminder. This is the Jay-Z song reminding you who started this shit. Anyway, there's two types of there's two types of Brett Favres. Brett Favre the competitor, Brett Favre the businessman. Now, there's no denying it. I don't hate Brett Favre. Everybody loves Brett Favre, the competitor. I mean, let's face it, the guy's 40 years old. He put up a career-high 107.2 quarterback rating, 33 touchdowns, and a career-low 7 interceptions. Obviously, the guy still has it. Anytime a player can not go to training camp and still take his team to a division title in the AFC Championship, obviously the guy still has it. But that's not what this is all about. Rewind the clock back to 2002 when the Green Bay Packers drafted Aaron Rodgers. The only reason why the Green Bay Packers drafted Aaron Rodgers is because Brett Favre plays business, unretire Brett Favre every year. So the Green Bay Packers made the right decision and they had to move on. Now, let's look at the difference between Kurt Warner and Brett Favre right now. Kurt Warner is going to come out by supposedly today, if not today, I'm sure at the latest next week, and give everybody his final statement whether or not he's going to retire or he's going to stay on board. If Brett Favre were to do this every year, nobody would have a problem with him. You guys remember Jerry Rice and Emmitt Smith, two players who played well past their primes and fans were demanding that they retire. But nobody really made a big deal about it. Like, the fans, it pained people to see, even me as an Eagles fan, it pained me to go out there and see a broken, shell of a former Emmitt Smith who used to kill us every game, and now here's this, 35, 37-year-old, That's not the case with Brett Favre. Brett Favre is still at the top of his game. He's a quarterback. He's not a running back. He doesn't take those kind of hits, even though he does take pretty big hits. The problem with Brett Favre is that he can't commit to a decision, and he kills careers in the process. In other words, the guy's already, Chad Pennington is on a different team because of Brett Favre. The Jets happened to work it out and got hopefully for them, a franchise quarterback in Sanchez, or else he would have totally killed the Jets too. And now if he plays this game with the Vikings, yeah, he took the Vikings to one NFC championship, but at the end of the day, if he leaves them high and dry, they're going back to Tavares Jackson. And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there are absolutely no free agents on the market, quarterbacks on the market this year. So, the Eagles are in a great position having Michael Vick, Kevin Cobb, and Donovan McNabb right now. All these teams, like your Minnesota Vikings, like your Arizona Cardinals, with these quarterbacks who may or may not retire, you people need to realize if these quarterbacks retire, it's over. There's nobody to sub in for Brett Favre or for Kurt Warner. So, if Brett Favre did business the right way, then none of us would have a problem with Brett Favre. I personally don't hate Brett Favre, the competitor. I mean, I love going out there and watching a 40-year-old guy, take hits, get back up, and take 3 more. But the fact of the matter is, this guy is a career killer, man. This guy has no respect for the fans. He has no respect for whatever organization that he plays on. And the bottom line is, It's all about Brett Favre. So do I think he could compete and take his team to another NFC championship? Sure, why not? If he goes back to the Vikings, sure. I think the Eagles would have beat him in the playoffs this year like they beat him last year. But, you know, it doesn't equate to a Super Bowl. All right, and there, you know, you never know what you get. You also might get an 8-8 season. His arm might give away, you know, by week 12. You know, I'm just saying this. If Brett Favre, if you had any respect for Minnesota now, if you have any respect for yourself, your legacy, your career, for Brad Childress, for the Minnesota Vikings, for the fans, for anybody, come out next week and say, I'm retiring. Come out next week and say, I'm not retiring. This way, your organization can move on or can plan around you when you come back, and you're not fucking everybody else in the process. Now, on to the Super Bowl. Not really much to say about it. I mean, this is the first time I recall in a long time that the number 1 and 2 teams are going at it. You know, pretty much the 2 best teams the whole season. A lot of people are picking the Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning, and I'm not really feeling that. I think that the New Orleans Saints are going to win. I think Drew Brees is the best quarterback in football right now. Really quickly on Peyton Manning, too. I'm not knocking the guy. I know the guy is the most fundamentally sound quarterback of all time, but these guys on 610 AM radio, they don't know what they're talking about. I don't care what anybody else says. The quarterback of the decade is easily Tom Brady. It's 1 Super Bowl against 3. It has nothing to do with coaches, because the guys on 610 are trying to say that, oh, yeah, you know, what about Bill Belichick? He's a great coach. What about Tony Dungy? He was a great coach, too. And not only that, but Tony Dungy let Peyton Manning lead the offense. Bottom line is, if you compare head-to-head matches, Tom Brady is the better quarterback. And once again, it's like these guys just don't know what they're talking about. Mike and Mike in the morning, you know, it's ESPN is the Manning channel. And everybody kisses Peyton Manning's ass, but he's not better than Tom Brady. And next year, if they were to go head-to-head healthy in the playoffs, I'll take Tom Brady again. Tom Brady, my choice for the quarterback of the decade. Lastly, Anquan Boldin rumors. I can't help it, man. They're starting to fire up again. The Donovan McNabb trading rumors are dying down a little bit, even though some of these knucklehead moron monkeys who call up 6:10 a.m. are calling for Kevin Cobb. You fucking morons. You don't deserve to breathe the same oxygen that I do. I say, once again, we package Michael Vick or Kevin Cobb, which either one they want, and a second-round pick. Give me Anquan Boldin, baby. We finally get our big receiver. We have our little receiver, speedy receiver, Deshaun Jackson. Put Macklin in the slot. Get us a fast safety to replace Dawkins. And Gokong should be back. And then get us an end to replace Parker. Because Parker, he's not he's a rotational player. He's not an every down player. So that's it, man. This is John Amel. This is the Archives. I'm out. I'll be back next week. Some Philadelphia Eagle updates.